Grandin opened in 1932, and even in 1932 it was the neighborhood theater for Raleigh Court, and pretty much since 1932 it's always been a neighborhood community theater. Most recently it changed hands in 2001 and became a nonprofit, but even before then the previous owner, Julie Hunsaker, really set the blueprint for showing quirky films, independent art house foreign films, and that's sort of what we've used her blueprint and gone with it to grow it even further. Open Projector Night is all about providing a venue and a forum for filmmakers of all levels, all ages, to make work and show it to an audience. Part of our mission at the Grandin is to be an educational resource for Southwest Virginia, and this helps us fulfill our mission.
I used to be in a program called the Young Curators at what's now the Taubman, but it used to be the Art Museum in Western Virginia. And Jason contacted Aaron Womack, who is a curatorial assistant there, about trying to find a student who could help him put the submissions together on a DVD. And she contacted me, and that's sort of how I got involved with it. And I think that his idea was just to have a sort of like a forum of movies for short films and everything like that.
They have 4 open projector nights throughout the year here at the Grandin every quarter, and the top 3, or if there's a tie, the top 4 go to the Taubman for the best of.
And it's steadily grown with submissions and attendance. Usually have about a 10% increase in attendance at each screening.
The audience is usually the filmmakers and their friends and their family, and they all just sort of come to watch each other and to see some good short films.
Since day one, it's been great response. The people involved, it was a small group at first. Like I said, it's grown, but everybody sort of gets it, and they really love coming down here. Not just making their movies, but showing them for an audience. It's a whole different atmosphere, and they really have a good time.
I came back after submitting the first time because it was a lot of fun here. The energy of all these different local people submitting stuff and getting excited about things made right here, most of the time right here in Roanoke. Basically, I wrote it with one other friend. We stayed up for a couple weeks from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. every night. That was our work schedule. That's when he worked the best, and we just took a piece of Mozart music and converted it into a movie. So it's like a live-action Fantasia. The story came from the music, not the other way around. We didn't add the music to the story. The story came from the music.
I just had some old Super 8 rolls from my aunt that she wanted me to get converted over to DVD. And once I had them converted over, I just mixed them up and made a little story to go behind it. And it was about a baby who was born with a bow on his head, and what had actually happened years back was there was some curse placed on the village that one day a baby would be born with a bow on its head. So the family has to take the baby to the mountains to see the Native Americans so they can use their magic to break the spell.
And the other one that I just created for Grandin Theater was more of a art project, a visual and digital piece. It can be a little bit of my own personal journey through my art, the art that I've created. It can be animation, and I'll drop a still into Photoshop and create a series of animated figures which provide movement on the finished video.
With short films, the idea to get a winning one is to have sort of like a clever catch, and then to sort of open with that and then close with it and make the audience think like, oh yeah, that's what that meant, and things like that. Like we had one submission where it's focused on cereal. It was Justin Snyder's submission. It was really good, and it sort of showed the differences between life cereal and life itself, and it sort of dealt with those complexities, and I thought that was a really good one. It's kind of interesting because a new genre has sort of surfaced from this. It's been we've gotten a couple of films where it's been a lot of people will film it just on their iMac or something like that with a webcam, so I think that's sort of interesting that emerged from all this.
Well, I like the Garnett Theater, and so I submit my work here because I want to support it any way I can. So anything to add to what they're trying to do here at the Grandin, especially trying to support local filmmakers that I want to be a part of.
Oh yeah, I see the same faces at each screening. It's a lot of the same filmmakers and a lot of people that have never made a movie. They just love coming down and seeing truly independent cinema on a shoestring budget. It's something I feel like we have to do. The Garnett Theater has always been on the cutting edge of quirky, independent activities, and I think that it's sort of part of our mission statement. It's sort of the reason why the Garnett exists, is to do things like Open Projector Night.